Christina Janison, please report to the public address booth. Christina Janison.
Wait, will you tell us when to start talking?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I'm going to be standing right here.
When I finish, you have something I want to kick it to you, or do you want to come in later?
I'll just jump in.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Joe Wall Stadium at North Andover High School for tonight's Thanksgiving matchup between the visitors from the visiting Golden Warriors from Andover High School and your North Andover Scarlet Knights. We call your attention to midfield, where the captains will meet for tonight's coin toss.
From Joe Wall Stadium on the campus of North Andover High School, we're coming your way with an episode of Wednesday Night Football, coming to you on Cam Ed, the educational service of North Andover Cam. Tonight, it's the 2024 Thanksgiving football game and the long-awaited matchup between the Andover High School Warriors and your North Andover High School Scarlet Knights.
That is a Marine, a Navy man, and a recent grad of the Naval Academy.
Not grad yet.
Oh.
Still a student.
Still a student.
Still a midshipman.
Still a midshipman of the Naval Academy at Annapolis. I am Ray Ahern, and I'm here with a current soccer player who's going to do some commenting tonight. Alex.
Hello.
Hello. What do you think of
The Scarlet Knights have won the toss.
Ooh, North Andover wins the toss.
Football in the second half.
So, we're ready for the kick. The officials are giving directions. There's the shake of the hands. And there won't be any handshaking for at least an hour and a half. The teams are ready for this Thanksgiving Eve game. I don't know whether this is the first time we've played at home Thanksgiving Eve, but we did play in 2021 at Fenway Park on a Tuesday night before Thanksgiving, and it was bone-chillingly cold, and we won. The momentum changed with every play in the last 2 minutes of the game, and we won 26-24, I believe.
The score was 27-26.
27-26.
It was a very close game.
Were you there that evening?
I was there that evening with my friends.
Very good. Even though I was in the booth, my teeth were chattering. It's not anywhere near as cold this evening. You can see a line of cars on 125 in the distance.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Incredible. Every performer exceeds the previous. So we're ready. It's a beautiful night. It's a little cold, probably around freezing, but the air is dry. There doesn't appear to be much wind, and so good conditions for playing. We're on our new, reasonably new, a year or two, synthetic field. We have our new Commonwealth Motors electronic scoreboard. Good uniforms. Things couldn't be better.
North Andover to kick it away first.
Kicking off the Scarlet Knights.
Jake Wolinski, who played for 4 years for the varsity before going to Annapolis, is with us.
Golden Warriors.
Jake, any thoughts or comments as you come back to town?
No, it's great. Brings back all the memories, being here at the stadium. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a fun game to watch.
It's good to have you back. That uniform stands out no matter where you are.
Kick is run back by number 0, Julius Martinez. He's a senior.
Martinez is one of the electrifying players on this team that scores a lot of points. Martinez usually wears a 0, and Nick Isley wears a 1. Dominic Papper was a big contributor, was wearing number 7, but he's currently out injured.
Atchison was tripped up out of the 27, Aiden McGarry. It is 1st and 10, Andover from the 32-yard line.
Andover has 2 in the backfield. Nope, 3, my fault. They run it with the QB. And he gets taken down for about a 3-yard gain.
Ball time number 6, Sean Kilcorn.
So Jake, what was it like to play 3 sports, football, basketball, and lacrosse at a high school in your high school career?
Yeah, it was definitely it was a lot of fun. I think definitely good experience playing getting to be on 3 different teams. I think is definitely a great experience. 3 different cultures, 3 different teams, 3 different coaches. So yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. I would do it again if I were to do it all over again. So
did that help you get into Navy?
Who knows what they look at in the application, but it's definitely something. Your sport participation is definitely something they look at. So I think the fact that you kind of are able to succeed in not just one sport but multiple at the same time, I think is definitely something they consider.
Yeah.
Liam Tolan in on the tackle. The quarterback tonight for Andover Warriors is a freshman, Stadler, wearing number 18, although it looks like number 1 has come in.
Andover coming out early, running the ball, seeing if they can get anything going. We'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
3rd down and 3.
Same formation they've been in.
Pass is caught. Oh,
Pass is complete.
he gets wrapped up by the entire North Andover defense.
First down.
That doesn't stop him.
Pass was complete to number 19, Ryan.
Yeah, and obviously North Andover loading the box on that play to, anticipating another run. So that's a great play call from Andover to get the ball out in space.
Has anything changed in your football eyes at North Andover since the last time you've been here, from what you've watching so far?
I guess the uniforms are different, but other than that, I mean, it's obviously I've been gone for 3-4 years now, so obviously I think my brother could definitely speak better on that since he was most recently on the team. But I mean, I guess just visually it's the uniforms.
Yeah.
Tommy Farrell with the tackle.
It's a first down for Andover.
Another first down.
They are moving down the field at an incredible rate.
Michael Crowley had the reception and run. He's also a freshman. 5'11", 155. Looks bigger. Left tackle 78 is Shirley.
And up to the end of a running back, and he gets smothered and taken down.
And that's what North Andover is definitely going to need this whole game. I mean, that's just simple power that Andover's trying to run. If North Andover can stuff that, then they'll be in a good spot to win this game.
DeBarry with the ball that time. Listed as the starting running back. Conchemi on this side.
Number 20.
Number 20.
Quarterback number 1 takes it. Oh,
Zone
there's
number.
a flag on the play.
Perdomo with the tackle. I don't think there was a foul. He called for a face mask, but I thought his hand was like in the,
Personal
Well,
foul on North Andover.
let's see. We have a replay over here. Let's take
Yeah,
a
it's
look.
going to be a face mask against North Andover. This is the third time they've run this play where they pull the guard and they're pulling the wing. They're just trying to get extra blockers out front there. And, just a little high on the tackle.
That will be a 15-yard penalty.
Yes, it will be. And, in rivalry games like this, it's penalties can be, can make or break these games. I mean, they are not something that you want to rack up, especially early on in the game. So.
As of the 15-yard penalty, it is now 1st and 10 Andover from the 23-yard line.
7:44 left in the opening quarter.
Oh, the pass is incomplete.
This pass is incomplete. And coming from number 49, Crowley.
Intended
It'll be
for
second
Michael
and
Crowley.
10.
He's a freshman. He also plays linebacker.
Yeah, and that's good on the North Andover line and linebacker to get their hands up, make that a hard throw, get in that throwing lane.
North Andover waiting patiently for Andover to break their huddle. Wide receiver number 20, Gus Conchemi, the side closest to you.
Utley and Tolan in on that defensive line. On that side is Utley. Utley with a sack, wrapping him up.
And he goes down and is smothered.
Utley is on his knees and still has the quarterback under control.
Beautiful defense from North Andover. Matt Lawson for about 4 yards. Vital play for that defense right there.
Yeah, that's great pressure because Andover, they're sending their line the other way. They're trying to just get their quarterback out in space and hopefully get the linebackers from North Andover to bite on that.
Yeah.
And that's great staying home, great discipline from North Andover.
Exactly. Want to get the flow going the other way, and the quarterback would be all on his own. So we did not bite.
3 wide receivers on the far right of the field, 1 down here.
Okay, so they have a different quarterback now. 18 is the quarterback again.
Oh, that's incomplete. Almost picked off.
Yeah, there's, that ball was thrown into space. There really wasn't a receiver who could have caught that.
Quarterback got swarmed by 3 players.
Yeah, great pressure again to force that quick throw.
It seems like Andover is going for it. They have their freshman quarterback John Stadler out.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be 4th and long situation.
Yeah, Stadler substituted by number 1, whoever number 1 is. Let's see if it's on the back of my program here.
Jake, what do you think of going for it on 4th and long here?
I mean, it's obviously it's that range. It's kind of that weird range where it's going to be a really long
Going
field
deep.
goal.
Out of bounds.
Complete turnover on downs.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of that tricky range where it's a really long field goal, but at the same time, obviously 4th and long is not an easy play to make also. So it's kind of that gray zone where, like, what do you do? Do you try the long field goal? But clearly Andover thought they had it in them to they had the confidence to make a play there, and greater North Andover for stepping up.
Yeah.
You know, there was really no open throw there, so forcing the incompletion.
Quarterback for North Andover is number 7, Billy Vincent. He is a junior.
Number 1 for Andover, the Warriors, is listed as Nick Isley, who's normally a wide receiver and is one of the better scorers on the team and also plays cornerback.
Ben Iglesias just mowed one Andover lineman down.
Iglesias might be the fastest player on the team.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, North Andover just loading the box. You know, double tight look with you got your H-back and you got your running back, and just trying to run it right through the center of Andover's defense.
Ben Iglesias on the track team.
You have 10 in the box in this play.
Play to Ben Iglesias. Oh, and he breaks tackles.
He
There
is
goes
gone.
Ben.
He
There goes
is
Ben.
gone. He's opening distance.
What a run.
North Andover with the ball for less than 30 seconds with 5 minutes and a half remaining, and score on the second play of their possession.
Look at this replay.
A run of more than 70 yards.
Had
by
3 players chasing after.
Ben Iglesias. What an opening here at home on Thanksgiving Eve by the Knights.
Yeah, I mean, I love this strategy they came out with. They're just going to load the box and they're just going to run it up the middle.
Old
and,
school
see
football.
what Andover has in them. So, and yeah, I mean, obviously using your speed right there. Beautiful play.
Boys, I played when that was the normal formation on every down. Pass? Who's passing?
Yeah, exactly.
What's that?
Starting old school here. I like it.
Kick is up and good by Christian Valentino, the freshman, number 34. He's an avid baseball player.
Coach Dubs talking to number 6 for our guys. Something important. Sean Kilcoyne. Don't know. Sean probably was in as a tight end on that. We're not going to get to see that replay a third time, but.
And yeah, talking about rivalry games, you talked about penalties being a deciding factor, and also special teams are a huge deciding factor too. I mean, obviously North Andover did a great job covering the first kick, and they're going to need that all game.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
And if Andover wants to win, they're going to need to make some good returns, get them good field position. So the special teams battle is going to be one to look out for.
Yeah. And special teams are an opportunity for emotion and engagement, and who wants it more, as opposed, let's say, to strategy or physicality.
Oh, 100%.
I used to start on the outside. I asked the coach if I could be on the kickoff team. I'd start as the last man out, and I would say to the person next to me, I'm going across the field as soon as I can, so drift out into cover my spot for me. And I would run past the 50, and when the receiver caught the ball, when it came into his hands, I would take a left-hand turn and head for the center of the field.
They pitch it to number 1.
Andover doing a reverse.
There's trickeration going on here.
I need to get him down.
And Andover set up for great field position just inside the North Andover 30-yard line. Holy cow.
Yeah. Talk about special teams. Andover clearly knows that, and they, they're pulling their tricks out of their bag early.
Nick Isley, who's number 1, who was splitting quarterback duties with Stadler, makes a big play here.
Yeah, and this is bold because obviously that's something that you get to run it once in a game. I mean, usually teams never can pull stuff off like that twice. And so usually you keep those in your back pocket for like the third or fourth quarter if you need something. But, bold strategy, and it's paying off, going for it in the first quarter.
This is not the first rodeo for the Andover coach, and he decided he would play that card early.
Right. That's definitely years and years of experience behind that decision. So,
when you see something that's emotional, you got to come back with something.
Number 1 on Andover has been really busy today. He has played cornerback, he has played quarterback, and he's been a return man. Only evades the tackle there.
Utley not able to corral.
Same play design here from Andover. They're sending everyone to the left, and the quarterback just slips out to the right.
Tackle number 20, Marcus Peralta.
Marcus Peralta on the tackle. He's a sophomore.
He was gained a 13 in the play. It is now 1st and 10 Andover from the 17-yard line.
So first red zone trip of the game. Andover got to about the 28 last time, and North Andover obviously scoring on the 70-yard touchdown.
Here about the 16 now, so they're about 10 yards further on.
Screen pass out to number 3. He gets tackled, but is it enough for a first down? Oh, he's just short. It's about a yard short. It'll be second and almost inches.
Connor Asherson is a senior, 5'9", 190.
Yeah, North Andover's leaving a lot of space open for that play right there. So, good on Andover for seeing that and hitting that play.
Great blocking by number 20, Gus Conchemi, against Jake Jackson. I'll give him that. That allowed him to open the hole.
You may have a job recruiting from Friday nights.
Second and short. Andover going back to their up-back formation.
Isley, quarterback, has the ball.
He's going to keep it for himself.
Looking for an opening. Had an opening in there. Looking for the breakaway hole.
It's going to be a first down for Andover.
Yeah, moving the chains.
Tolan on the tackle again. He's in there most of the time.
His first and goal.
Perdomo, defensive end.
He was up on the play the first down with his 1st and goal, Andover from the 7-yard line.
QB power seems to be their Andover play of choice so far this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they go right back to it.
They've had a string of quarterbacks now good with QB power.
Hands it off to the running back. And he gets literally nowhere. Liam Toland on the tackle.
Nice top by the Knights.
That can be a confidence booster.
We needed that.
Yeah, and I mean, like a team marching down the field, I mean, the ball, it's not a touchdown until they get in. And so if North Andover can hold their own, get a 3 and out right here, force a field goal, or if Andover decides to go for it on 4th down, it could be a huge momentum swing. So definitely it's important to play all 100 yards.
Yeah. Every play gets more important than the last one at this particular moment. There
Keeps
he is.
it, and he gets
Calls
wrapped
his
up.
own number again.
Tackle number 55, Liam Tolan.
Named Tolan on the tackle again. Under 2 minutes left remaining in the quarter.
Helped out by number 6, Sean Kilcoyne.
It was about 3rd and 5.
Gain 2 on the play. It is now 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Now, Jake, would you stay with your running game on this play, or would you go for a passing play, you know, a little screen or a slant route?
Yeah, so I think on a good third down play call would be either stick with the running game or do something that the Andover has been doing before, where you you get all the direction going one way, and then you have like a tight end or a running back slip out the other way.
Yeah.
But I
would stay with the run here.
I'd probably stick with the run game.
This is a high-risk situation, and neither one of
Exactly.
these
They're going
quarterbacks
empty.
has thrown a lot of passes. So
And they're going empty, so watch either quarterback just running it or the jet sweep right here.
49 going in motion. He's going to keep it for himself. Can North Andover
can he outrun him? He does.
in for a Andover touchdown?
Managed to avoid 2 or 3 tacklers there as he reached the sideline. North
Yeah, I
Andover
mean, the motion they bring in
disappointed.
gives them another lead blocker
Yeah,
out on the edge right there.
Yeah, if you watched, both of the tacklers are engaged.
Yep. And
Yeah.
North Andover was just unable to set an edge, force him to cut up, and he was able
Yeah.
to get around the outside for the touchdown.
There might have been pushing from behind on the North Andover defender at the goal line. He seemed to be pushed by the player behind him rather than blocked.
Snapsick. Kick is good. Tie game, 7-7. Just under a minute left in the first quarter.
Everything we came for.
So now is the number 7, Scarlet Knights 7.
Game keeps up like this, might be in for an interesting one.
49 seconds in the first quarter. Here at Joe Walsh Stadium, Wednesday night. Line of cars coming down. Some people traveling, others taking the opportunity to get out and do a little shopping.
Yeah, and obviously that driver set up right from the get-go with the kick return. So let's see what North Andover can do here. Talking about
Yes.
special teams, so.
Yeah, we have a couple of fast kick returners.
Marcus Peralta and Ben Iglesias being those two.
Yeah. Bravo Pacello is also very quick.
There's number 2, Ben Iglesias. And number 20, Marcus Peralta.
Interesting kickoff formation from Andover here. Ooh.
They had last couple of years. They had a history of doing an onside kick and kicking it off the chest of our first player.
They're doing an onside kick, and ooh. North Andover set up with great field position here, down right at the 50-yard line.
Amazing. I mean, if we weren't prepared for that, we'll never be prepared for that, because a couple of years ago they did it, and then they had to do it again, and they did the same play, 2 plays in a row, and recovered the ball anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, great heads-up play from North Andover, being ready for that, and as a result, starting the drive on the 50.
See if the North Andover offense can answer to the
North Andover staying with their heavy set right here.
hand it off to Ben Iglesias.
GT Pole.
Ben, nice cut, nice first cut behind the tackle. Made his own hole. Really sharp cut up the field there.
And it's about 2nd and 6.
Here's a replay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and that's great blocking up front. Just getting on your man, pushing him backwards. That's a great way to set the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Seems they're just going to run the clock out.
He took 3, Ben took 3 strides, stopped actually, looked for the hole, turned 90 degrees and head upfield.
And just went for it.
Yeah.
That is the end of the first quarter. some things from other North Andover High School sports. Dylan Cody, the alumni race, set a meet record for the alumni race at 16:35. He also set the course record during the cross-country season, which is amazing. And the NAMS Turkey Trot happened this morning. 8th grader Cam Riccio set the course record with a time of 4:15. And other winners today are Oliver Rosa, Aiden McFeeters, Dylan Demmons, Anna Grace Tejedis, and Tyler Hurley. All very fast runners and could potentially be great for the high school cross-country and indoor and outdoor track teams.
Cross country, really interesting track event.
So we start the second quarter. It is 2nd and 6 Scarlet Knights.
Dealing with a lot of different things under your feet, different strides, different lengths.
Oh, ball's
the ball
loose.
is loose, and
Covered by Billy Vincent.
Vincent is on it. What a disaster that is. It cost us at least 15 yards.
That's going to set them back a lot.
Wow. Talk about emotion. That's the worst thing that could possibly happen here. He clapped his hands for the ball. He looks left and right. He asks for it.
Just went right through his hand.
Yeah, he's looking right at it. But it is wide of his hands.
It is cold out tonight. That could be a factor for many things tonight. Another one.
God.
Oh, here we go.
Nice pivot.
Oh. And they lose even more yards off that play.
Going backwards. Nice recovery at any rate.
Gonna have to punt it away.
He is run out of bounds by number 1.
Yeah, that's something that you can't have happen if you want to win this game. And
Yeah, that's a disaster.
Yeah.
Every possession is important. This makes a nice recovery, but there's just nothing there.
Christian Valentino to punt away for the Scarlet Knights.
Valentino is back to punt for the Scarlet Knights.
Looks like they're forgetting a man. Number 5, Luke Sutera.
This is
Oh,
my God.
another bad snap. That's going to go out the back of the end zone. Is that a safety? And they are
Andover
calling
says
it a
so.
safety.
it's going to be a safety.
3 consecutive bad snaps.
Whoa.
That was 4th and 42.
This is, I should not say this. I should not say this. This is ominously reminiscent of last year's game at Andover. We scored the first touchdown. We seemed to be in control of the game for the first 5 minutes. And then we never scored again until 3 minutes left in the game.
The score of that
Yeah,
game.
so that's going to be 2 points for Andover and the ball back. So
The score of the game that Ray was talking about was 27-13. Andover seemed to have control. Just dominated. And as you may have noticed already, we are missing our other announcer, Coach Baggs, who sadly cannot have come today, but got to carry on.
yeah, and as disasterful as that sequence was, there's still plenty of time in this game. So if
Yes.
you're North Andover, what you should be thinking now is, you got to buckle down, get a stop on defense, and, I mean, you're right back in this game. So you just can't let that mistakes like that compound. And,
Can't let them get
yeah,
to you.
you just got to put that drive in the past, and, getting a stop here would be huge. So
10 minutes left in the second quarter. The time on the clock is really running along because this was a 6 o'clock game, and and so we're into the second quarter in less than a half an hour.
A little squib-driven kick by Christian Valentino.
Number 3.
Another switch up.
Isley is in the
And
open.
is that going to work? And that's going to... He's in for an Andover touchdown.
Look at the handoff here from number 3. He hands the ball. He's standing there, motionless. Wow. Someone who played football, you couldn't believe that a good play would be to stand still and wait for someone to give you the ball.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great play design from Andover. And,
Yeah,
definitely bold, you know, because you just went with the trick play, going right back with another. And
Yeah.
clearly this is stuff they've been practicing all
Yes,
week. You can
yes.
tell. And it's
and
paid off.
You know, there's a bunch of vectors running around on the field, and a person who's standing still is someone you're not even going to consider.
That's why it worked. Kick is up and good. Scores now 16-7. Andover's leading.
So Andover makes the most of their 2 points from the safety and 7 points from the touchdown.
That is 9 points in under a minute.
So 10:02 left on the clock. North Andover huddled on the sideline. With the coach. We may get some stats from the Eagle Tribune at halftime. We will see. They'll appear just before the start of the second half if they're available.
Do you think Andover goes for the onside kick here again?
At this point, I think anything's on the table with how Andover's calling this game so far.
They've had many trick plays, and
Yeah, this is in-your-face coaching.
they're not lined up for the onside kick. And it is a real kickoff. Caught by Ben Iglesias. Ooh. The ball pop out. He secures the ball. It'll be North Andover ball starting from the 28. Their own 28.
So Michael Phelps coming in on offensive tackle.
Jake Jackson, the wide receiver closest to you. Hands it off to Ben, and he gets smothered, wrapped up by the Andover defense, and gains only 1 yard, if that. It'll be second down and 9. On the 3-play here, you can see number 5 from Andover, James Flagg, to shed the tackle from 75, Alex Phillips. Who Alex has been a key lineman to this North Andover run game here.
North Andover going with the reverse, and it's going to be good for only about 2 yards.
Oh, yo,
In on the tackle again is Will Devers, 41 for Andover.
And it's going to bring up third and about 6.
3rd and 6. Sounds like a passing down. Haven't done much passing this evening.
North Andover only has 1 wide receiver out.
Jacob Jackson.
Timeout, North Andover.
Timeout, Scarlet Knights.
Perdomo coming to the sideline.
To recap the scores from past rivalries of this game, 2023 was Andover 27, North Andover 13. 2022, Andover 52, North Andover 12. 2021, the bone-chilling game at Fenway Park resulted in a North Andover win, 27-26. That was an amazing game.
Play resumes in its 3rd and 6.
That was a very good team. Very good North Andover team. They had a lot of talent.
Going with the screen, and Andover is right there to stuff it.
Pass was caught by Ben Iglesias.
Flag.
6 foot, 165 senior.
Flag was written up in the local paper within the last couple of weeks. Coach saying he had really come on as a tackler.
Valentino to punt it away now. Better snap. And it gets in the air.
Booming kick.
Great punt by Valentino. North Andover get a stop now.
Isley, the wide receiver.
Oh, and Isley looks like he's down and he's hurt. Let's watch this replay. Andover's blocking has been superior to today's game. That has helped them commit to a lot of their reverse plays, like on their most previous touchdown, the kickoff.
Isley, as a wide receiver, had stats for this year, playing in 11 games, 27 carries, 64 yards, which was third on the team behind Papa, who ran for 307, and DeBarry, who ran for 184 yards. But Isley maybe faster than Papa. But nobody is as elusive as Papa is. But he won't be playing this evening.
Both coaches huddling with their team.
Both teams want to finish this game and finish this season off in an encouraging way. Neither achieved the ranking that they had at the beginning of the year. So they both played very strong schedules and performed well. But nothing beats a victory.
3 wide receivers now for Andover. It's the freshman. Oh, ball gets tipped.
And nice tackle.
Down for about 1 yard loss on that play. Great by the North Andover defense. Ball was tipped by number 6, Sean Kilcoyne.
Yeah, for a second you think that North Andover may be getting unlucky. You know, you tip the ball, Andover still catches it, but great on North Andover for still being there to rally for the tackle.
Yes.
Great recovery. It's now 2nd and 12.
Rossi and Utley in on that tackle. North Andover with Peralta's in at corner over here near us.
Throwing play again.
Tipped.
Caught.
Tipped, but caught anyway.
And they gain about 2 yards back where they right were. Right where they were. David DePrizio with the tackle.
Mike Crowley, the receiver, is a freshman. A lot of young players on both teams. More freshmen playing for Andover, which is usually the case. They do play more freshmen normally than Coach Dubzinski will.
Andover's current quarterback is a freshman, number 18, John Stadler.
We got 3rd and 10 here.
3 wide over here.
And wouldn't be surprised if Andover's already thinking 4 down territory here. So
another passing
something
play.
Short.
He gets stopped.
Gets about 4 yards and
got 6 to go. Short by 6.
Andover looks like they're bringing out the punting team.
Well, they can afford to at this point. They're not in any desperate situation.
They're in no rush.
So if you're North Andover, that definitely start to string together stops like that. I mean, on a play-by-play basis, North Andover has been very solid with defensively. It's just been the big plays that they've been able to break. But
Andover's working their offense sideways rather than down the field. A running clock. At being safe. Here's the punt.
Punt is up and away. And they're saying is let it roll, let it drop.
Okay.
So North Andover's going to take over at their own 18-yard line.
Ball coming on 41, Dever.
See if the North Andover offense can get anything out of this drive.
You were a player for 4 years with Coach Stubbs. What would you say about his typical demeanor? How does he conduct a halftime? Is he distant? Is he all over you? Is he thoughtful?
I would say Coach Stubbs definitely.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but there
we
goes Ben.
go. And he is going again.
Ben evens it up.
And North Andover is making a living off of big plays.
That is the second breakaway touchdown for Ben Iglesias.
Ben Iglesias running up the stats. We keep the stats secret here at North Andover. We don't want people to know how many yards Ben has.
And
must be a lot based on.
That's just speed. North Andover is using their speed, and it's paying off. So just when you thought that Andover had taken control of this game, taking all the momentum, North Andover gets it right back.
We're right back in it with 4:48 to go to half. Would be nice to see a replay of Iglesias breaking away again, something in the beginning of the play.
Better snap. And Christian Valentino's kick is good. North Andover now down by 2 after that amazing breakaway from Ben Iglesias.
But, back to your question. After we watch this replay.
Spin that back and show us one more time, because I'm picking it up when he's already beyond the tackle and out into space. I didn't see any blocking. I didn't see his pattern, his turn. How did he get the ball?
But so back to your question, I think Coach Subzinski is very passionate. He cares about his players a lot. And halftime, it'll depend on, I think he'll approach it as whatever the team needs. If he thinks the team is a little down and needs a firing up at halftime, he'll come in aggressively and, he'll let his passion show and kind of get everyone fired up. If he thinks maybe the team's maybe playing a little tight, over anxious, and he thinks everyone needs to just calm down, he'll take a calmer standpoint. So I think he's very good at judging kind of what the team needs going into halftime, whether they need to kind of relax, take a deep breath, or if they kind of need to get that extra spark, get fired up, and he'll take that approach into halftime. So,
well said. And terrific on his part too, because we see sports all the time, but today people focus more on I'm going to say behavior of coaches, and you don't get to see a coach in the locker room and how he has determined what his team needs.
Oh, chip kick.
And that's obviously something that the longer coach.
Sorry to interrupt you, Jake.
All good.
Oh, and he's still breaking tackles.
And Andover's kick return team, even on a busted play, is still able to set their offense up with good field position.
Number 3 for Andover, Connor Atchison, is a senior. He's a running back, defensive back, 5'10", 180 as a senior. Number 3 on your program. Atchison ran the ball in 11 games only 15 times for 21 yards. He made a lot more than 21 yards on that one play just now. But that was his rushing. Let's see if Atchison shows up in the... We have the pleasure of Andover complete season statistics, which are always beneficial.
See, North Andover's defense has been pretty solid this game, aside from a couple big plays. So,
and Atchison caught in 11 games, caught only 2 passes for 18 yards, 9 yards a catch.
Stadler back in the game, keeping it for himself. Oh, and he gets wrapped up on number 55, Liam Toland. Gains about 1 yard. He's 2nd and 9. Liam Tolan has been vital for this North Andover defense this entire season.
Andover had all-purpose yards this year. They accumulated 3,900 yards. Isley had 1,000 yards. De Jesus, who's not playing tonight, had 500 yards. Nat caught passes for 260 yards. And Isley had 1,000 yards of the 3,900 yards. Isley, who is playing some quarterback along with the freshman.
And Andover's going to pick up a couple, but North Andover brings him down after about a 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up third down and 6 here for Andover.
Passing territory.
And Andover's like to keep it short so far in their passing game, past couple third downs. So we'll see what they go with here. But Andover's like just trying to get their receivers out in space.
Trying to mix up the North Andover defense.
So 3 minutes remain.
Handing it off. Oh! Wrapped up by 75, Alex Phillips. Another big play.
Defensive line really playing well tonight for North Andover.
Totally. We have Evan Tolan, number 44, coming on the field. Liam Tolan's younger brother. Timeout.
Yeah, North Andover's going to take a timeout to maximize their time of possession they have.
Smart.
They're going to get one last drive in before the end of the half. But yeah, that drive was dominated by the North Andover defensive line. That's just a great way to set the tone as a defense, to keep the momentum going, because obviously you had the momentum after that last touchdown, and to keep it on your side. Just amazing play by the defensive line there for North Andover.
And the Andover coach wants to not use the passing game here. He wants the clock to run. He wants the running game. And we're not allowing him to get the yardage he needs doing that.
Andover now to punt it away.
Yeah, and if you're North Andover, I mean, eventually, if you keep playing like this, you're eventually going to force them into more passing situations. So just have to stay ready for that. But in the meantime, if Andover keeps trying to run it up the middle, just keep playing the way you're playing. Control your gaps, and beating the man in front of you.
If we reflect back, at least 3 or 4 of their passes tonight were wobbly, deflected, not in the right spot.
And that's in part thanks to the pressure from the D-line. So from the D-line linebackers getting in. And then the DBs out back, obviously, staying on their man, not leaving any open receivers. So, like we say, it's mainly been special teams so far. I think the defense is playing great so far for North Andover.
It is 1st and 10. Scarlet Knights on the 22-yard line.
Billy Vincent, Ben Iglesias in the backfield. 2 wide receivers out.
Having a Papa out for their team compromises in some way what they're normally able to do.
There goes Billy.
QB counter, and they're going to pick up some solid yardage. Picks up about 6 for North Andover.
Wrapped up. Number 41, Will Dever.
Papa had 106 carries in 11 games, 307 yards. Now, 307 yards is about 3 yards a carry. That's not a lot, but he does have the ability to break away when you least expect it.
And North Andover's going right back up the middle. They're going to gain about 2, so.
Game changer. I don't think, well, I would like to see us run inside, even though we have fast running backs.
So we're going to have a 3rd and 2 here, and we'll see what Coach Subzinski draws up for this play. But I expect them to stay with the run game here.
I would agree. They have a blocker in the backfield. It'd be nice to have 2.
Running power.
Good blocking power.
And looks like they're going to have enough.
For a first down.
There you go. Moving the ball, moving the chain, moving the clock.
But eventually, just based on time, you're going to need a big play at some point. I mean, you know, the run's gaining 3-4 yards every run. It's a great way to make a drive if you're just in at the beginning of a quarter. But obviously with halftime coming up, the time's running, you're going to need a big play at some point. I mean, North Andover hasn't had a problem
Yes.
making big plays. I mean,
Yeah.
Ben Iglesias has made 2 so far, so it's going to have to come at some point.
If you plot this out in the third quarter, our defensive line will continue to be
Vincent dropping back.
successful. Nice breakaway here. He has some space. He has the corner.
He gets the edge, and he gets out of bounds, stopping the time.
Time stops under 2 minutes.
So someplace, if we're successful in our strategies, I would say that sometime in the third period, they're going to have to start to pass the ball more.
Yeah.
And at that point, we should be looking to pick off throws, predict patterns, and pick off throws. And
he was looking for Ben Iglesias on the wheel route there, but Andover had that covered up. But, Vincent just using his legs to get the edge. So
I honestly think coming up soon, you got to stop relying on the run game. Go for more passing plays like they are right here.
Jackson.
Vincent going forward again.
Jackson
going to get out of bounds again.
Near the out of bounds, and so Vincent decided he was too close to the sideline to throw the ball to him. So called his own number.
North Andover is trying to get open, but they just can't find any open space.
They do have a lot of things zoned up back there.
Second and 5 for the Knights.
See, Andover's defense is 10 yards. The defenders are 10 yards off the line. Instead of rolling out, if you just
throws it and the passes. Oh, one-handed.
Passes intercepted.
One-handed.
And it's going to be going the other way. With 55 seconds left in the half, Andover
disaster strikes
gets
again.
the interception.
Disaster strikes again.
Yes, it does.
With the 2 receivers on this side, defenders 10 yards off, I do not see North Andover catching and throwing like a Brady or a Joe Montana, where you're releasing the ball in 1.9 seconds. It's catch, step, throw. Catch, step, throw. And that gets the receiver the ball halfway to the defender. So he's already made 4 or 5 yards, and he's moving forward, and the defender is still flat-footed. The worst thing the defender can be doing is coming towards the receiver, so he has to go sideways. So you're going to result in at least 8 or 9 yards every time you hold the ball in the quarterback's hands and release it immediately.
One thing I noticed off that passing play, too, was that Vincent just floated it to Peralta. He just floated it, and that kind of gave the defender time to make up ground to intercept the ball.
Good coverage there from North Andover.
Number 23.
Vincent's best pass is when he rolls out and Jackson goes out and he turns and he stops, and the defender now turns and looks at Vincent, and Jackson then resumes the pattern, and Billy Vincent throws it downfield over Jackson's head, and he runs to it, catches it, and scores.
It's like Vincent and Jackson have just like a connection.
Yeah, it's like they want the defender to forget that he's there, and they act it out.
North Andover bringing pressure, and intercepted.
Intercepted by North Andover.
And it's going to be
all
North Andover ball.
All gifts are good gifts.
And Andover trying to run the screen play, but North Andover's pressure forces the quick throw.
Yes, another weak.
Right to the North Andover defender.
The failure of that pass is inexperienced quarterbacking, and that's
he is a freshman.
That's their problem here tonight, is they don't have enough experience. I ran into several people just before the game. I said, what do you think? They said, we've seen the freshman play. He's very good. Don't expect to take advantage of that freshman. He's very good.
He is good.
But both quarterbacks have not performed up to, say, Pappas' standard. Pappas not the greatest passer, but he's good enough. And in their offense, he's an outstanding offensive player.
So North Andover sends Sutera on the blitz, and that forced the quick throw.
There we go.
On the handoff.
Speed back.
And North Andover still has a timeout in their back pocket, so we'll see when they use it. But looks like they're going to go hurry up for now. And
You could hear.
Looks like North Andover's getting the field goal unit ready, so just trying to get a couple yards here.
Billy Vincent dropping back to throw. Oh, he had
Looking on the
Lobs
wheel. And
caught.
it's caught.
It is caught, and he's get tackled out of bounds. Amazing field position for the Scarlet Knights.
And that's going to stop the clock with 15 seconds left.
North Andover are moving down the field.
That's a comfort zone for Vincent. He's rolling slowly. He's patting the ball. He's looking, and now he's going to throw.
Yeah, and you have him rolling out to his right hand, too. I mean, I never played quarterback, but I do know that rolling to your strong hand side is a lot easier than rolling to your weak side
Yes.
as a thrower. So being able to roll out to that strong side, making that beautiful pass. North Andover has time for about 2 more plays here before they'd have to kick the field goal.
I was encouraged the moment I saw him start to roll to his right because everything about him was totally practiced and relaxed. It was like he's been doing it in his sleep forever.
Yeah, and curious to see where you go here. I mean, 2 options. You're out of timeouts, so you either take a quick shot to the outside of the end zone because obviously you don't want to keep the clock running, so it has to be a pass. So you either take a shot to the end zone quickly. They're going to give him 2 seconds back, so you have 8 seconds on the clock. So I think you either just kick the field goal, take the points now, or you take 1 end zone shot. And it looks like
North Andover does get the ball back in the second half first, though, because they did win the coin toss. So
exactly.
if I was Coach Dubs, I say just take the points,
And looks like that's what they're going to be doing.
What yard are we on?
Looks like
It's like an extra point, right?
Kicker Christian Valentino's on the field to attempt the field goal. They have 9 seconds now on the clock, so they gave him another second. But this is the smart play, I think. Take the points while you have them, and you get ball at halftime.
Calling for the ball. Kick is up.
and it is
Hits the
no good.
Hits the post.
Hits the upright.
Oh my God. Whoa.
There was an edge rusher coming in.
They had time bleeding off the clock after the play, but it looks like they're going to end the half right there. So end of the first half, you're going to have Andover 16, North Andover 14. North Andover will receive the ball at the start of the second half. But I think so far it's just been a tale of big plays, special teams and big plays. I mean,
A lot of running game.
Yeah, I mean, from just a play-by-play standpoint, both defenses have been holding up pretty well. But North Andover, Ben Iglesias has broken out 2 huge rushes, and Andover just on their special teams. I mean, the safety, the kickoff return right off the safety. So, just we'll see what adjustments the teams make. But so far, it's been a great game.
Yes, a lot of things have happened in this game. You could not call this game ordinary or dull by any means. It's very emotional.
Yeah, if you're a football fan, this is the place to be in North Andover tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We need to have the band play their instruments from the other end of the instrument or something.
Yeah, but I think the best sign I've seen, like from North Andover's standpoint, I mean, after the safety and the Andover kick return, I mean, it seemed like for a moment that could have been, the gut punch. That could have been defeated, but they didn't stay down. They got back up. You drive down the field, you score. It gets you right back in this game. And I mean, this is still, it's basically 0-0.
Yeah.
Coming out of half because North Andover did not back down.
North Andover got back into it, and despite the fact that, let's say, every third or fourth play was almost a disaster, they continued. They persevered. I think perseverance is the.
I think that's definitely the word to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's some good leadership in the oeuvre of the group on the field for North Andover.
Yeah, and I mean, it's said usually, that with the game of football, it's like your team's only good as your senior classes, right? Seniors run the team runs through the seniors, and, obviously it shows that North Andover senior class, I mean, for them to keep the team going, even when things seem to be going south, definitely testament to the senior group on North Andover.
Yes, yeah. So, halftime is here. We'll be back We may have some stats from the first half, some commentary. It's quite a night, and we have Navy on our side. Well, they're here. Anyway, we'll be back.
North Andover Cam invites you to Be a Good Sport. This is your chance to get in the game and learn about television and media production. We have lots of volunteer opportunities for covering local sporting events. Enjoy the games, meet new people, and have a lot of fun with your choice of crew positions. You can be a camera person, you can be a director, you can be a tech helper, or you can go for the gusto and get behind the microphone to call all the action.
He's gonna go deep.
Wide
Yes,
open.
man. He's got him. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
Let's get a nice open look. Brian Gorda for three.
That was huge, Bags.
It's a 2-on-1 short-handed. That shot goes in. Shot. Score! And that's Marubi's second goal.
Lots of sports opportunities are coming up, and this is your chance to get in on all that excitement. Visit North Andover Cam at 70 Main Street today, or give us a call at 978-687-6570. Get on the field with North Andover Cam today and be a good sport.
Farm Legacy Project has roots back over a decade. In 2012, a group of volunteers got together with the idea of collecting and archiving information on the town's many historic farm properties and the families that tended to them. This group is now together again, and their work is culminating in a multi-part documentary series about the past, present, and future of farms in North Andover. It features interviews with members of over a dozen different farm families who provide first-hand accounts of how the culture and business of farming has changed over time.
The farm was bought by my grandparents, Martin and Magdalena Smolak, who immigrated from Poland to Maine, to Lawrence, to here to buy the farm.
I was a city girl. I learned to pick vegetables, but we were fussy about our corn, you know, like we didn't cozy to people stripping it down. Like we always made a point to open it up to see if there was a little worm. But you know, like it makes a difference if you know how to open it than just stripping it down.
This project seeks to keep generations of community history alive and be an educational experience about the town we call home and the industry that is responsible for the food we put on our tables every day. Episode 1 will premiere in spring of 2025 at the Historical Society's Warden Theater.
My name is Jeff Clark, and I'm the commander of the North Andover VFW. This year, the town of North Andover and our VFW have partnered with Wreaths Across America, an organization to honor the veterans of our beloved community. Wreaths Across America is an organization dedicated to remembering and honoring the veterans of the United States while educating our communities about the sacrifices made by our men and women in uniform. This year, we are placing over 1,500 wreaths at Ridgewood Cemetery on December 14th at 12 p.m. Each wreath costs $17, of which $5 comes back to the VFW. As a nonprofit organization, all proceeds will be utilized to support the veterans of our community and their needs. Please help us spread the word about this amazing organization and opportunity for this community. We hope you can make it to Ridgewood Cemetery on Saturday, December 14th at 12 p.m. for our opening ceremonies and immediately following the laying of the wreaths. This is a wonderful opportunity for our community to come together during the holiday season and ensuring that veterans are not forgotten.
Corporal Sean Gallagher, United States Marine Corps. My name is Mike Gallagher, and I'd like to introduce you to my brother, Marine Corporal Sean Gallagher of North Andover. James and Barbara Gallagher, along with their 4 children, moved to North Andover in October 1962. This was just 1 week before Sean was born. Sean was one of 7 children, but not the first to join the armed forces. Prior to joining the Marines, his brother Brian joined the Coast Guard, his brother Kevin joined the Navy, his sister Maureen joined the Army, and his brother Jimmy joined the Marines. Although my parents did not serve, it almost became expected that this is where our future lied. We were pretty normal kids, trick-or-treating in all the local neighborhoods, graduating from middle school in our leisure suits. It was the 70s after all. We attended St. Michael's Church on Main Street, and we belonged to Boy Scouts in Troop 81. But it didn't take long for Sean to figure out that he wanted to be a Marine. He applied to and was accepted into the Marines before he graduated from North Andover High School in 1981. I remember him putting his weights in a backpack and running 7 miles around Lake Chickawick, lifting weights, wrestling, and climbing out our second-story bedroom window to scale the house and rappel down the other side to get ready for the physical demands of being in the Marines. All he needed now was a haircut. After boot camp, he served in the 1st Battalion, 8th Marines, and also was part of the 32nd Marine Amphibious Unit. He traveled to different parts of the world, and in 1983, was deployed to participate in a peacekeeping mission in Beirut, Lebanon. He was primarily stationed on a ship off the coast, but while on leave on shore at the Marine Barracks, he was shot by a sniper and sent to the infirmary located on the lower level of the barracks. Just before 6:30 a.m. on the morning of October 23, 1983, a truck loaded with explosives crashed through a checkpoint and detonated the explosives within the barracks. Over the next week, our family was glued to the TV, and we watched CNN as they scrolled the names of the Marines that had been killed in the attack. I remember answering the door on Sunday, October 30th, 1983, 7:30 a.m. It was a crisp and sunny fall morning. Two Marines, outfitted in their dress blues, had come to tell us that Sean was one of the 241 Marines that were killed in the attack of the Marine Barracks. Sean would have turned 21 that day. Our family has been humbled by all that has been done to remember Sean and the fallen Marines since his passing. Thanks to the town of North Andover and several close friends, Gallagher Field on Dale Street was dedicated in his memory. The North Andover Scholarship Foundation has maintained a scholarship in his name for the past 40 years, and scholarships have been awarded to graduating North Andover students. There is also a Beirut Memorial in Boston to commemorate the 9 fallen Marines from Massachusetts. Each year, the VFW and the Marines hold a ceremony at Sean's Field, and the flag is always flying over it. And at this year's ceremony, marking the 40th anniversary of the attack, Captain Connor Flynn of the United States Marines and a North Andover native told of how he was inspired by Sean's bravery and dedication, which led to him joining the Marines. After all this time, it is an honor to see how many people remember the sacrifice that Sean has made so that we may have our freedom. Semper Fi, my brother. We will never forget the fallen. Next month's episode will be about Scott S. Wilson, Staff Sergeant, Iraq Global War of Terror, hosted by Mike Wilson.
Hi, my name is Bill Dolan. I'm the coordinator for VFW Post 2104 in North Andover for the Reese Across America program this year. To access North Andover's event, using this website will allow individuals or groups of volunteers to register to place wreaths. We'd ask that one individual for any groups of volunteers identify themselves so that we can work with that one person rather than the whole group. This access can also be used to purchase wreaths, which are $17 each, and to designate a family member or significant person who may want to place the wreaths themselves. We need to raise $26,350 to purchase all the wreaths for the 1,550 veterans who are buried at the Ridgewood Cemetery. We need to raise this money by December 3rd. Wreaths Across America is dedicated to remember, honor, and teach about veterans. And this segment and the others in this series was created by North Andover CAM to help us reach out and do that. The theme for Wreaths Across America, encompassing nearly 4,500 communities across the country, who are laying veterans wreaths on December 14th, is Live with Purpose. The opening ceremony honors all branches of our
the second half kicking off between North Andover Scarlet Knights and Andover Warriors.
And we start off strong with an onside kick, I guess.
And Andover...
Did they recover?
Andover recovers the onside kick. Is that what I'm seeing?
That looks like...
Saw the signal from the ref. And Andover comes out with the onside kick, and they're going to recover it. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Andover.
That's a way to start a half.
Yeah, wow. We're talking about, all the trick plays Andover is running to come back to that. They had the failed onside kick in the first half, and clearly didn't discourage them from running it again. And
this is an unbelievable evening.
Oh, a new quarterback in number 3.
QB power from Andover is going to be stuffed by the North Andover defense, which has been solid against that play all night.
Inside draws.
Number 3 is that not often used Connor Atchison, who had a good run back, 5'10", 180, senior, running back, defensive back. You remember number 3 from the end of the first half right down below us here.
So, Jake, Ray and I have some questions about the Naval Academy. What is the entire end goal for the Naval Academy?
Yeah, so the Naval Academy, its ultimate goal is to graduate officers into the Navy and Marine Corps. And Andover looks like they're going to pick up the first down there. But, yeah, so the end goal of the Naval Academy, graduate officers into the Navy and the Marine Corps. The 4 main routes, the 4 main service communities that you can go into are... In the Navy, there's aviation, which consists of being a pilot. There's submarines. There's surface warfare, which is think of like on your ships and aircraft carriers. And there's the Marine Corps, which in themselves have their 2 subdivisions, which are Marine Corps Air, which is a pilot in the Marine Corps, and there's ground, which is think of your typical, what you think of usually with Marine Corps, like boots on the ground, stuff like that. So those are the main service communities, and you do all these trainings leading up to it. And then at the beginning of your senior year is when you put in your preferences. So you get to like rank the communities, which order you'd like them in. What do you want first? What do you want second? And right around this time, so like last Thursday, the current senior class just found out what they got. So, so it's an exciting time for all of them. And, that'll be me next year. So a little less than a year from now. So it's exciting to think about.
Sounds great. If a person wanted to be a pilot, they would complete, as you have, the education before they became engaged with learning about flying or actually flying.
Yes, that's correct. So while you're at the Naval Academy, it is first and foremost you have to get a degree. So it's 4 years. You're taking classes as you would in college. You have military trainings on the side, obviously, and then also over the summers is when you get to go out into the fleet and actually get to experience what it's like being part of these communities. So like after my freshman year, I went out to San Diego, and I spent a week with each of the 4 major communities that I just listed to kind of start to gain exposure. And then after my junior year, so this coming summer will be even more specialized. So I'll pick like 1 or 2 communities that I'm really interested in, and I'll go and spend like an entire month with them this coming summer to really see what I want. And they're also evaluating us, the midshipmen out there too. Yeah. But obviously, like if I were to become a pilot, you wouldn't go to flight school, obviously, until after you graduate the Naval Academy. Same thing with the Marine Corps or any other branch.
What's the name of the base that you go to at San Diego?
So San Diego, the Marine Corps base is Camp Pendleton, and the Navy. There's a bunch of naval bases out in San Diego, but so you have you have your naval base on 32nd Street, which is the surface warfare base. You have Point Loma, which is the submarine base out there.
That I've heard.
Then you have North Island, which is the aviation base out there. And then you have a couple other bases too, like there's special warfare base out there too. So San Diego is. I've been fortunate enough to go there these past 2 summers, and it's just an awesome place, especially if you like the Navy and stuff like that. There's ships and planes everywhere.
Yeah, San Diego is a spectacular community.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I have my mother's sister's daughter married an engineer, and they moved to San Diego in 1975 and invented graphite racquetball rackets, and so they have a house up on a hill.
Yeah.
Stiff arm.
Which overlooks the whole
Oh,
city.
yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful place. Definitely somewhere I'd consider living when I'm older one day. So
Poway, P-O-W-A-Y, Poway, California.
And Andover tries to sneak it out to the outside there, and it looks like North Andover's going to take over on downs. So big stop from the North Andover defense there.
Yes, yes. You know, a moral victory here. They started the second half with the third quarterback of the night for Andover. So that puts them on their back foot, especially when they did not succeed with the third quarterback. So I think we're in a good emotional position now. Let's see what we can do.
Yes, for sure. And this is the point in the game where, like, you kind of say, you know, whatever's happened so far, you kind of say screw it. And now, like, you know,
exactly.
It's a fresh game right now. So
Ben Iglesias with about the 2-yard carry. It was 2nd and 8 for North Andover. Liam Tolan getting brought onto the field, commanded by his teammates. Jake, what is the admission process like to get into Navy?
yeah, so the admissions process into the Naval Academy and any service academy also is so you have the application to the actual service academy, but the unique thing that kind of differs from regular college is that you also have to get a nomination from either your state representative or a senator. So how it would work is they have their own applications that they open up, and your senior year by, I believe it's like October 31st every year, you have to submit your application to your senators and representatives, and you need at least one nomination to go forward. So in order to be considered for the service academy, in my case the Naval Academy, I had to get a nomination. You just need one. You don't need all three. But yeah, so you need the nomination, and then once you get the nomination, you then go forward. At the same time, you're filling out the service academy application too, which it's kind of like your normal college application. There's a couple unique things to it. Like you have to take a physical assessment that involves some running, some push-ups, some pull-ups, stuff like that. So that goes along with it. But other than that, it's pretty much your normal college application, and it's rolling admissions. And then, so, I mean, step 1's the nomination. Step 2 is the physical test. And then you'll have to go through some medical screenings and stuff, too, just to – because obviously there's some conditions that they won't be able to take you on. But so you go through some medical screenings, get cleared through that, and then, you know, hopefully you end up getting the good news, which in my case I was able to get. So, yeah.
What was your reaction to getting accepted into Navy?
I was definitely very happy. It's kind of one of those things where, like I said, it's rolling admissions, so it's not like it's like you know the day's coming. It can come at like any day. So I remember it was kind of just like a random Tuesday. I think I woke up and checked my email. So, you know, it's kind of funny. It's like not a day that you're expecting. There's no like build up to it. You just get the email one day. But yeah, I was definitely very excited.
It's a pleasant surprise.
It definitely is.
2nd and 6 for the Scarlet Knights.
Vincent ran for a first down. Ben ran for a first down. We're back with the play.
Oh, ball's loose.
Vincent on the ball.
Billy Vincent calmly recovers it. A little bit of a scare there for the Scarlet Knights, but now it is 3rd and 8.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a scare there for North Andover, but fortunate enough to have recovered it. And, you know, this is likely 4-down territory for North Andover too, so you don't have to get all the yardage back on this one play. You can just, you know, get maybe 3 or 4 yards here, set yourself up for 4th and short, but we'll see what Coach Dubzinski goes with here.
Two wide receivers out on the far right of the field. Hands it off to Iglesias.
Yeah, so Coach Dubzinski definitely playing the 4-yard territory game.
Oh,
so
totally.
Setting up 4th and 3 here.
They're keeping the offense on the field. Coach bringing in Billy Vincent. Just tell him the play call. Alex Phillips coming on for 55, Liam Toland. Andover fans getting loud here at Walsh Stadium.
Yeah, you can feel just every play is getting bigger and bigger now. You can feel
Out
it.
to Iglesias.
Ben,
and
nice sharp cut makes the
he's
first
gonna
down.
get the first down.
Beautiful play. Set design from Coach Dubzinski. Amazing.
Ben goes to his right, perpendicular with the direction you want, actually comes to a stop, turns and goes straight upfield.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a playmaker making a play right there. The blocking was good to get that path up the middle. And then obviously, when you have a playmaker to go along with that. Give him back the ball, Iglesias. Stuffed at the line by Andover.
An unnecessary shove there from number 11, Jackson Fuller.
Yeah, the energy is definitely picking up here at Joe Walsh Stadium.
Marcus Peralta coming in for Johnny Perdomo. Perdomo is a senior. 205, 6'3". Second and 10 for the Scarlet Knights. On about the 33.
Extra blocker.
Vincent keeps it. Vincent will get great yardage here.
Beautiful.
First down, North Andover.
The running game for both teams has been immaculate for tonight.
Extra blocker clears a lane for Vincent, takes out a potential tackler, gives him options.
And North Andover's driving right now. Typically, for most of this game, North Andover has gotten both their touchdowns came on big plays, but they haven't really put together a complete total drive like this really so far. Maybe one or two, but they haven't ended in scores. So let's see if North Andover can cap this off. About to enter the red zone right here.
Maybe. Oh, and he calmly gets in there.
Into the red zone. Another great run from Iglesias.
7-yard run there. Set him up for 2nd and 3 on the 15-yard line. 2nd and 2, my fault.
Adam Burnett, number 8, lined up just beyond the left tackle, turned as soon as the play started and took out the cornerback.
Marcus Peralta and Jake Jackson out as wide receivers.
2 extra blockers on the left.
Vincent's going to keep it again.
Vincent
he gets
cuts
the
outside.
edge again.
He's cutting back.
Oh, he just gets short about the 1-yard line.
Very elusive. Swinging those hips.
And it's pretty much the same play as what they just ran.
Yep. Just took it a little farther out.
Let's watch this replay here.
Yeah, Andover gives up the edge, and Vincent takes advantage of it. Makes a couple cuts upfield, and he gets them to the 1-yard line. Or they're on about the 2 from what I see. But
that's the way Vincent likes to run. He likes to change his direction almost constantly. Ben does not change his direction at all.
Yeah.
Vincent keeps
same
it.
Play, and he's going to score.
Touchdown, North Andover.
And
the trickery.
North Andover is going to take the lead.
20-16. This is their first lead of the night, correct?
First lead. They scored the first touchdown.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so first lead since leading 7-0. But huge drive from North Andover.
Are they going to keep the offense out here?
I believe so they can make it a 6-point game.
Yep.
But, yeah, talking about a complete drive there from North Andover. We were just talking about earlier, both their touchdowns came off a big play. And Vincent right there kind of just took over that drive, Vincent and Iglesias. And the O-line up front obviously making the push to make it possible.
The line and the blocking backs are focused. They're picking up an assignment every time now.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you hear us saying Iglesias, Vincent every play, but, none of that's possible without the guys up front making these plays.
Same play again, and then...
So he's going to be just short.
Just short of the 1-yard line.
North Andover's got to be feeling good, though, after that drive because they are now in the lead. And their defense has been spot on, has been pretty hot, too, this game. So, we're about to go into the part of the game. Their special teams, and specifically their, North Andover's kickoff, Andover's kick return, that's kind of caused the most problems for the Knights tonight. So,
would not be shocked if we saw that Andover reverse.
Would
again.
not be shocked either. I mean, they've ran that twice. They've done 2 onside kicks already. So
one of them which worked.
One of them worked, and both of the reverses worked. So.
Only about 32 seconds left in the quarter, and North Andover has definitely dominated, with the exception of a couple of instances the entire time.
And, if North Andover if you're on kickoff, you just have to, two things. One, you have to get down the field and, beat the man that's trying to block you. But two, also stay in your lane, stay disciplined. If every person, if all 11 can kind of do their job in that sense, then they should be fine. But we'll see what Andover has dialed up here.
Valentino to kick it away now. Beautiful
nice
kick.
Booming kick.
Kicks it deep.
Andover
fumbles it, and he's going to be stuffed. And that is huge from North Andover. That is a huge stop.
Refs are peeling them off like onions right now.
David DiPrizio down there early, but just kept his position, and eventually the ball carrier came to him to finish off a tackle made by 3 or 4.
And Coach Cerullo-led defense for North Andover, which has been solid all night, will come back onto the field as we approach the end of the third quarter. And, yeah, just a shout-out to Coach really quick, but Coach Cerullo, you won't find another coach around that works as hard as he does in this sport. Like, he, it's his passion is coaching football, and it clearly shows in his relationships he makes with his players. You see, obviously, a lot of these guys go both ways, but the ones that don't, you see him every time the offense is on the field. You see him huddle around his players, giving them feedback, what they need to work on, stuff like that. So, you won't find someone more dedicated to his craft than Coach Cerullo.
Quarterback Stadler is back out there.
Good pass. Good catch.
Caught by number 19, Ryan Mority.
Yeah, they find him on the little seam route right there, kind of the skinny post.
I've been noticing something. Whenever they do passing plays, it has been Stadler. But when they were just sticking to the run game, it was Ilsley.
Yeah.
So, and for a while there, they had number 3, their running back, in his quarterback for a little bit. They've been switching off quarterbacks a lot.
Yeah. Isley has been mostly I looked at the last year's Thanksgiving game, and he was mostly a receiver.
Yeah. And, definitely. If you're in North Andover's defense, that's something that hopefully you kind of catch on to. So that brings us to the end of the third quarter. North Andover 20, Andover 16. And Andover will start the quarter with the ball at about their own 41-yard line. Just to recap this game so far, it's been back and forth. North Andover scored first. Andover quickly answered. And then Andover, the following drive, gets a safety, and then they score on a kick return. And from there, it seemed kind of like, that Andover kind of made their mark on this game, and that, that was kind of going to be the game that it was going to be, type of night it was going to be for North Andover. But North Andover held strong. They, they didn't crumble. They come back, and eventually they get another huge run by Iglesias, and that's kept them in the game. And then they just march down the field in the third quarter and score. So that brings us to where we are right now. Andover has also run 2 onside kicks. They failed to recover the first one, but they recovered the second one at the start of the second half. And they've also run 2 trick plays, 2 reverses on kick returns, and the second one being for a touchdown.
Andover special teams have been very successful tonight. Another pass, Stadler dropping back.
Looking for the wheel route.
Deep, Jake Jackson there. Incomplete. Knocked away by Jake Jackson. Intended for number 49.
Good coverage.
Yeah, obviously
Michael
Jake Jackson's upset they didn't get the interception there, but at the same time, the pass breakup, it's still a huge play to get in that pass breakup.
Yeah.
It more seemed like Crowley hit it out of Jackson's hands himself, because Jackson had that.
Yeah, that's one of those cases where you see like the wide receiver becoming the DB in that situation to prevent the pick. So 2nd and 10 for Andover. Coming out in trips.
The wide receivers out here closest to your screen. One, the far back, hands it off.
Running GT pull, and it's going to be stuffed by North Andover.
Both offensive and defensive lines are going out there like rock'em sock'em robots right now. It is insane.
Yeah. Andover, obviously, they pull their guard and their tackle, try and get the extra guys out there, but North Andover shifts, and they get the stuff.
Jake Jackson hyping up his team for the 3rd and long for the Andover Golden Warriors. As you may have noticed, Isley on Andover got hurt in the first half. It has not come back yet. We have yet to see him play. Jake, you think he'll come back?
Who knows? We'll see. Depends on what their medical staff's saying about him. But meantime,
he's
going to run it himself, and he's taken down.
Obliterated.
Nice, strong tackle.
Number 0, Johnny Perdomo. Amazing.
He is a big man.
North Andover defense has been spectacular tonight. This might be a game Andover want to forget.
Yeah, and that's number 6.
Number
Sean
6.
Kilcoyne with that play.
Assisted by Perdomo. All the same.
Huge play for North Andover, forcing the Andover punt.
Based off Andover special teams, would you be surprised to see a fake punt here?
It would be bold. It's 4th and 10, but at the same time, you can't be surprised.
No.
And it looks like they're going to go with the punt. Fair catch called and fielded by Iglesias.
Good field position now.
Yeah, definitely a great call to fair catch it. On those kind of low, short punts, it's tempting just to kind of let them roll and get out of the way. But, then in that case, with the spin of the ball, it probably would have rolled back another 10, 20 yards. So good call by Iglesias getting that fair catch, catching it where it is.
Yeah.
But, Coach Cerullo and Coach Cerullo's defense, North Andover defense, comes up strong again, as they have been all game.
We do have some announcements for you. And they are the Santa Parade. The Santa Parade is this Saturday, starting at noon. And it'll start at the North Andover Middle School and go down to Main Street. NACAM will broadcast it live from the Town Hall. Another announcement we have is the tree lighting on the North Andover Common on Sunday, December 1st, from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Town Common. You can meet Santa and enjoy many drinks and snacks. The tree will be lit at 5 p.m. Many Christmas music. And Cinderella, the high school musical, the Drama Guild's production of Cinderella is happening December 3rd through 15th at the high school. Tickets are available at nadramagaguild.com, all lowercase. The Santa Call-In Show will be live in the North Andover Camp Studio on Wednesday, December 18th from 5:30 to 7:30. You can call into the show at this number, 978-681-0184. Again, that is 978-681-0184 to talk to Santa live on TV. And finally, North Andover winter sports are starting soon. The first home game for boys basketball is against Burlington on December 10th in the Crozier Gym. Keep an eye out for more content from the NAHS Sports Journalism Club in the new season.
And finally, tomorrow morning at 8:30, there's a starting line in Andover for the annual Feaster 5 road race. And they still take sign-ups at the Cadillac dealer at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. They hand out apple pies to the runners. So if you're looking for something interesting to do tomorrow, there'll be thousands of people there.
Vincent keeps him for himself now. Oh!
And he comes up close, and the ref spot moved the chains. What a huge play on 3rd and 10 from Vincent to pick up the first down.
Billy Vincent and Ben Iglesias are having major days for them today. And this is Ben Iglesias' last high school football game because he is a senior. So this game, he's going, making it especially special for him. And it is working.
Well, this is the type of game and the offense that I'm sure Coach Dubs dreamed about in August and September, knowing who he had and what they could do.
Yeah, that play right there just showed the type of runner and the type of player that Vincent is. He's made some big passes, and right there with that run. Iglesias up the middle.
Breaks his tackle.
And that's been the story all night for Iglesias. Seems like they're about to have him, but he just finds a way to break through and keep on running.
It's like his body is made of slick oil.
He doesn't go down.
No. He's strong, he's fast, and he gets that from running track.
There you go.
Another first down for North Andover.
He is a sprinter.
We're about hitting the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter.
North Andover looking to extend their lead up by at least 10 on this upcoming drive.
Up by 4 now. 20-16 for the Warriors.
Iglesias in the backfield. Hands it off.
Makes a nice break
but he gets driven backwards, but he's
driven back by a host of tacklers.
It's about a 4-yard gain for Iglesias and North Andover. Going to set up 2nd and 6.
The Andover offense seems to be struggling against the outside runs today, with both teams.
I mean, if you can get at least a field goal out of this drive to make it a 7-point game, but obviously you want a touchdown right here. That's going to make it a 2-score game, and at that point the clock turns completely against Andover. So
Vincent taking himself, trying to cut outside.
Vincent's
Great
get the
block
edge.
by number 8.
Spin move.
Great block by number 8, Adam Burnett. That was a key block to make him.
It's going to set up a 3rd and about 1. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Knights.
Vincent gets an extra 4 yards. That last 4 yards on that spin, stop and spin.
North Andover just letting the clock tick out, wasting as much time as they can to hopefully get this win against Andover, one that they have been yearning for about 2 years. Iglesias in the backfield again. Extra blockers out for North Andover.
There's a hole.
And he got it. He's going to get the yardage. That's going to move the chains.
First down and more.
Solid blocks by 70 and 50. And, of course, 50 would be Michael Phelps,
who is a junior.
And a great catcher and hitter on the baseball team, 6'2", 205.
A lot of baseball players on this football team.
We are now at the 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter. There is 5 minutes left to go in this game. The clock continues to run as we approach the home stretch of this game. North Andover trying to score a touchdown, make it a 2-possession game. Vincent's going to run behind his pulling
Vincent's
guard.
Break free. Oh, and he gets dragged down.
Picks up 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2. North Andover seems to just be moving the ball down the field at will.
Setting the blocks. People staying on their blocks.
I mean, you're going to pull the guard and tackle here, and Vincent's just going to follow right behind them.
Play is now 2nd and 7.
It's going to be 2nd and 3.
Pardon me, 2nd and 3.
And I mean, the way you're running the ball right now, there's no need. I don't see a need to start passing the ball here. Just keep doing what's working.
Set it. Gives it to Iglesias again. Oh, but he gets wrapped up and tripped up.
3rd and 1.
Wrapped up by number 3, Connor Atchison. Set it right there.
Atchison wraps up his ankles.
And we're now under 4 minutes left to go in the game. 3 minutes, 45 seconds to be exact.
Jake Jackson is now getting the play calls from Coach Dubzinski.
Third and 2 yards to go for the Knights.
First down here with really high player hopes.
And
ref is saying he's just short.
It's going to be 4th and inches.
Do you go for it here?
Just short.
Honestly,
it's a tough one. This is one of those situations where, you're happy to be up here, not the one making the decision down in the field.
Yeah.
But, let's see what Coach Dubzinski goes with.
It seems like Coach is going to keep him on the field as of right now.
3:03 in the 3rd, so there's plenty of time in this game for either option.
Andover does still have 3 timeouts left.
I would go for the first down myself, but
it looks like the offense is still out in the field.
I don't think I could say there's only one decision here.
Looks like they're going to take it down and take a timeout. Looks like they're just going to run the play clock out.
Probably going to try for a field goal if they're doing this.
Yeah, Coach Dubzinski's going to run down the play clock, call a timeout. There is 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in the game. We're going to have 4th and 1 for North Andover. They are on the Andover 15-yard line, and Coach Dubzinski calls the timeout. I mean, looking at both options here, you kick the field goal, you make it, it's a 7-point game, which is, obviously that means you're in a great place from that point. But at the same time, the way you've been running the ball, if you think you can pick up that 1 yard that you need, you continue running that clock and then eventually get in the end zone, and the game pretty much at that point, you pretty much seal the game at that point.
However, if we do go for the field goal, remember, Andover special teams has been at its peak performance today. So if I was Coach Dobzinski, I would go for it here because runner's been clearly working.
Exactly.
Yes.
Only need about half a yard.
And we had the misfortune of hitting the upright the last time we tried.
That is true.
So,
yeah, anything goes.
It isn't as though our kicker kicks it right through the middle.
And the North Andover offense is going to stay out on the field. They're going to go for it. It's 4th. They're saying it's 4th and 2. It's more like 4th and 1.5 yards to go.
This is the way it should be. No matter what happens, our defense is
solid.
exactly.
Even if Andover takes over, they still have to drive the entirety of the field just to score.
Yes.
So
this play is huge for North Andover. This could be the game-deciding first down now. See what we got. Hands it off to Iglesias. And they're saying he got it.
Seeing the spot here.
What's the call?
Each team is pointing.
Each team thinks they got what they want.
Can't always have that in
it's
life.
going to come down to the spot.
We're going to bring out the chains?
They're going to bring out the chains, it looks like. And they're saying...
Andover gets it. They're saying Andover.
They're saying it stops.
North Andover.
It's going to be a turnover on downs.
With 1:59 left on the clock, Andover offense gets the ball.
Here's the replay.
Obviously, North Andover not happy with the call. They want the chains to come out.
Looks like they're prepping for the chains
to come out. It all depends.
But... good play call from Andover. They sent the house there, obviously, just kind of filling every gap, making it hard for North Andover to get positive yards out of that play. And
chains are coming out now.
They have the chains coming out. There's 1 minute, 59 seconds, so just under 2 minutes left in this game.
Let's see. Crowd has gone silent.
And they're saying it is just short. So the chains confirm the call on the field will stand. Andover's going to take over at their own 15-yard line.
This does make it all the more interesting now.
They're going to have 1 minute and 59 seconds to do so. And obviously they're down by 4, so a field goal is not going to cut it. They're going to have to score a touchdown. So
both teams still have all of their... No, my fault, sorry. Andover does still have all of their timeouts left.
Both teams do. Both teams have 3 timeouts left. Obviously, in this case, Andover would be the ones using them. North Andover, the clock's on your side if you're North Andover. So
you got to play lockdown defense now. Stadler's back out, the freshman. He has his running back, 28, Debari, Nicholas in the backfield.
All right.
Here we go.
This is why we came here. This is why you play football, right?
North Andover in a spread-out defense.
Screen play.
For defense.
Debari. And about a 7-yard gain, 8-yard gain on that screen. Clock keeps running.
They actually added time to the clock, so it's just about to hit 2 minutes now. And the clock just hit 2 minutes, so we're under 2 minutes now officially.
Hurry up offense. Another deep pass. Pass
They're
going deep.
downfield.
Peralta's there.
And
incomplete. Tipped away.
Beautiful play from North Andover.
Number 20, Marcus Peralta, the sophomore.
Great defense by the sophomore.
But that does stop the clock, however, and it is 3rd and about 4.
Marcus.
This is everywhere is 4-down territory now for Andover. Everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Marcus listed in the program as 5'6", but he got his hand on that ball. That was good enough.
He's also a very avid basketball player, Marcus.
Yes, yeah, I'll bet. He looks like his feet move like he.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful. That was just an amazing technique and just amazing play from Peralta right there. So 3rd and about 4.
3 wides to this side.
Here comes the bush.
Quick slant, complete.
They get the first down.
Pass is completed for a first
Andover
down.
calls a timeout.
Move the chains.
Clock is stopped.
141.
And
the clock keeps rolling.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
After first downs, the clock will stop briefly just for them to reset the chains, I believe, and then they'll resume it.
Stadler drops back. Can't find anyone.
Get some pressure.
David DiPrizio takes him down. Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play, but North Andover with the big sack.
Maybe a hold.
Let's see what this call is now. Let's see what the call. with the hand on the head from North Andover. It looks like it is on the Scarlet Knights.
And Andover's signaling as if
Yes.
it's on North Andover.
There's
So
5 or 6 hands saying it's on.
Johnny Perdomo is not very happy with this call right now. They're all moving forward. Let's see what the call is.
This is an important
It's going to be
call.
another
face
face
mask.
mask. The second face mask of the night.
That is a 15-yard penalty. An automatic first down for the Scarlet Warriors. Golden Warriors.
This is a momentum changer. if
Yeah,
there
but
was one.
I mean, look though, there's no need to panic. You're still North End. If you're North Andover, you still have them on their own 40-yard line. There's a minute and 18 seconds and counting right now.
Oh, they jumped.
They jumped, and that's
an
going to be a false start.
False start Endo. It's a 5-yard penalty. That'll be 1st and 15 now for the Golden Warriors.
There's a minute and 14 seconds left in this game. Every second just feels like an eternity now at this point.
It's different when you're a commentator.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's one of those games where if you're Andover, it feels like the time's moving way too fast, and if you're North Andover, it feels like time's moving way too
slow. Andover's taking their time getting set right now. Clock's just about to go right under a minute just now. 58 seconds left. 1st and 15 for Andover. Stadler in the back.
Coming out in spread. They're in trips right now. And
the back pass rush is coming on.
Looking up the middle.
It is
intercepted.
Intercepted.
North Andover intercepts the football. Number 23.
That will most likely do it.
Tommy Farrell, a junior, steps in, both hands, wraps up the ball, takes it away from the receiver.
Just steps in front of the receiver. He sees that slant coming, gets in front of the play, makes the interception. That's a big-time play from Tommy Farrell right there.
And that will most likely be the brace
You'll have
for this game.
A freshman quarterback, and the pass is delivered a click late. Not a second, a click late, which is enough time to reach in.
Exactly. What a play right there. I mean, we talk about big-time plays, and that's something he'll remember, for a long time. So, obviously, this game, it's not a done deal yet. Andover still has all 3 timeouts.
Plus 43 seconds on the clock for their side.
43 seconds. And this has been a game of wild occurrences and changes.
Yeah. So, if you're North Andover, number 1, you have to hold on to the ball. You cannot fumble. But 2, 1 first down and this game's over.
Okay.
I have seen this happen before. UConn versus Temple. Temple at the UConn 1-yard line. Temple fumbled the ball and UConn ran it back. This could very well happen right here.
Gives it to Iglesias.
Solid gain right there, and Andover's going to use
their first timeout.
First timeout.
Clock stops at 38 seconds.
North Andover not kneeling on the ball. They're running it, a really good running play.
So
positive yardage.
It's going to be 2nd and 4 again.
1, 2, 3. Yes. Breaks through 5 extra yards.
Again, 1 first down will seal the game. But just talking about that interception still,
that was insane. He read that so well.
He read that perfectly.
We had 5 or 6. I counted 5. I never finished my count. I counted 5 defensive backs across the line there, and I said, we're missing a lineman and maybe a linebacker. A lot of defensive backs.
Yeah, and it kind of reminds me of kind of like a Malcolm Butler type play. it wasn't on the goal line, but the slant over the middle of the field, stepping up in front of it.
Yes, same kind of pressure.
Yeah, right at the end of the game like that. So
North Andover
had 3 defenders within 5 yards of that completion, with that interception.
North Andover has not beaten this Andover team on rivalry day for the past 2 years. This game can most likely do it.
Fenway was the last time they beat him, right?
Yeah.
And that was in 2021, obviously. So
Ben is tackled.
This current senior class was freshmen the last time North Andover has won this game. So
Will Deaver calls a timeout after making the tackle. 32 seconds left.
Mr. Nugent here to take the trophy away.
What did he say?
Having an all-star here.
But for these seniors especially, most of them, this class being freshmen, most of them probably were either playing freshmen on the freshman level or maybe on the sidelines for varsity, but probably not a lot of them playing on the varsity team at that time. So this is kind of really their first time getting at it, which is definitely exciting for them.
Yeah.
And obviously for the other classes, they haven't been at the high school beating Andover. So
this is a big moment for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a long history in this town. I mean, North Andover, it was one town at one time.
Exactly.
And we claimed our own independence, and here we are, beating Andover.
As play resumes, it is 3rd and 6.
Third and 6 now?
Yeah, and I mean, as a player, the most gut-wrenching feeling is going all 4 years not beating your rival, right? And so, yeah, this is super exciting for the North Andover seniors.
Vincent keeps it now. Just go down, Billy. There you go.
It's going to go down. It's going to be bring up 4th down. Andover will use their last timeout. 26 seconds left.
It's 4th down now. If you kneel it, Andover does get the ball back. Oh, there is an Andover player hurt here.
Andover player is down, but, you know, obviously you want to punt the ball away, but you can't afford any mistakes. I mean, you can't afford a bad snap. You need to get this punt off clean, get it down the field, and make Andover drive as far as they can. Because, I mean, well, actually, Andover didn't have to use a timeout because of the injured player.
Of the injury, yeah.
So
are they going to gain back that timeout?
I'm not sure how the rule goes, honestly, on that. They are charging the timeout, actually. So
okay. That's number 88 who is down. That is
Yamaya. He's
Yamaya.
He's listed as a defensive end,
a sophomore.
And he was the last person on the pile.
Mm-hmm.
So surprising that he was injured.
So
he's a sophomore.
Yeah, so obviously Andover's out of timeouts. They're going to have to drive the length of the field. I mean, assuming this punt gets off clean, but you know, a lot can happen. This game's far from over, and if you're on this punt team, you have to execute. So
the best you can hope for is that he muffs it.
Exactly.
Yamaya on the 3-man front. He's the one who was injured. You said he was a sophomore?
He's a sophomore, yes. He's a sophomore, and 6'1", 185.
Perry plays a lot of underclassmen. They're all getting experience.
Yeah.
It is the last game of the season.
I mean, having a young team turns into an experienced team in 2 or 3 years, right? So
yeah, exactly.
It's the cycle of how things work, and then you graduate those guys, and you'll have a young team all over again. So it's the beauty of high school and college too, college sports as well. So
I said to my dad one day, and I said, "This is about basketball, a whole different sport." Because UConn has won back-to-back championships. Big UConn fan,
right?
But can't keep them forever.
Exactly.
You know, it's gut-wrenching when they leave, but all you got to do is just keep moving forward.
Exactly.
You know, and Andover's going for a punt rush right now.
Yeah, they have 10 guys up. Let's see if they rush all 10.
Number 5, Luke Sotero's back to punt.
North Andover has no gunners on the outside either. They're protecting, and they get the punt off out of bounds extremely.
Oh my God!
It's going to stay
Great
in.
field position. He goes down. He's inside the 10-yard line.
Could not have been a more perfect punt.
Luke Sutera with that amazing punt.
It's the linebacker, Luke Sutera. You know,
that was amazing.
You usually don't see your linebacker being your punter like that, but wow.
If it works, it works.
Beautiful punt. I mean, I thought it was going out of bounds, which in this case was, that would be the smart play. Make it go out of bounds so that they can't return it. But even better is what he just did. There's only one thing better, and that's exactly what he just did.
I'd like to see. I hope we can see the replay of his foot driving through the ball, because I don't think he lined up straight and hit it straight under the ball. There was a side cut there someplace.
Yeah, well, could not have placed that ball any better. So the field position, Andover's going to be on their own 12-yard line. There's 16 seconds left, and Andover has no timeout. So
a lot can happen in 16 seconds.
A lot can happen, but you only really have time for, 1 or 2 more plays in this game.
You could do a tight end out towards the sideline.
Yeah, I guess what they could do, I mean, like a quick out, just kind of get like 10, 15-yard out, get those yardage, and then, maybe you can run 2 of those, and then you're going to need to either do a Hail Mary or some sort of lateral play, but
get their special teams for the lateral play. That's been working.
Just put their kick return team out in the field, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, and obviously if you're in North Andover, knowing your situation, obviously, which I'm sure they do. I'm sure Coach Cerullo knows exactly what to do here. But you can afford the quick little completion. It's just nothing can get behind you.
Exactly. Yep.
3-man rush for North Andover. Bennett Glacy's on the rush there.
He's looking for the bomb.
Going deep.
Really?
Going deep. Incomplete.
8 or 10 yards overthrown. That was a bullet, but it didn't have enough air under it.
Yep, and just like we said, North Andover had about 3 guys there to match the 2 for Andover.
Yes.
So
the 2 closest people to the ball were the defenders.
Yeah, so 10 seconds left in this game. Again,
Jackson.
North Andover just has to keep playing just like they did. Make sure the deepest guy on the field should always be a North Andover guy.
Oh, yeah.
The one risk, if they're going to try and air out another one, you just can't let that Andover guy get behind you.
North Andover did bring in their running back, Ben Iglesias. That's part of the rush.
I kind of like it, getting some speed on the edge, right?
Yeah.
right over here on the end.
They took out their big linemen to put in their DBs. Oh, he's getting rushed.
They're getting pressure.
And he gets taken. The ball's out.
The ball's out.
North Andover recovers it, and that's going to be
the clock is going to bleed out.
And North Andover is going to win the game.
North Andover is going to win the football game. Depends. We'll see if are they going to put time back on the clock.
Oh, my God. What a win.
It was a fumble from the Andover quarterback. North Andover recovers.
Matt Utley.
And it looks like that's going to be
65,
the ball game. So North Andover is going to win 20-16 in a
Hoist
thriller.
the trophy. Hoist the trophy.
Nick Ottaviani.
And for the first time since 2021 at Fenway Park, North Andover will be hoisting the Thanksgiving Bowl trophy. What a game. And what a way to end it.
As a student, this feels amazing. Beating your arch rivals.
As a former student who's been graduated 3 years ago, this feels amazing.
Feels amazing for everyone in the town of North Andover.
You know, it comes right back to you. You know, once you're a part of it, you're always a part of it. So
they may have dominated us for the past couple of years, but now we regain control.
Yeah.
Fenway luck at Joe Walsh.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, what a way to end it. It's a three-man rush, so it's 5 against 3, and you're still getting to the ball. You still get what would have been a sack, but then you strip the ball for the fumble.
Yeah.
Just an amazing way to end the game.
I think the prospect of Ben rushing from the right caused the quarterback to step away from his spot early.
Yeah. And obviously, I mean, let's go back one more time to the first quarter when, Andover gets the safety and the touchdown. The energy kind of got sucked out of this place for a little bit. But the North Andover team never let that, define them. And they got right back up. And, they get the big touchdown from Iglesias and then keep themselves in this game. And then they come out of halftime and they – you shut Andover out in the second half. North Andover completely dominated the second half of this football game.
That was all North Andover. That was incredible.
Yeah.
And North Andover's defense as a whole, I mean, the offense came alive in the second half, but the defense just shut Andover down the entire game.
There's a tendency in football to think after 2 seconds or your assignment that it's over and you stop playing. And in the second half, they just continued to play.
Exactly. They played a full 4 quarters. And so, Coach, definitely something Coach Dubzinski should be proud of. As we go to the field now, as
Mr.
Nugent, the athletic director of North Andover High School, presents the trophy.
To North Andover, his own high school. That is...
The track coach becomes athletic director, becomes champion.
Champion of the Thanksgiving rivalry.
That's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing, especially for these North Andover seniors. Again, like we said, they were freshmen the last time North Andover beat Andover. So being able to get this experience as a senior, definitely something they'll always remember.
Yes. They'll never forget. They'll always remember.
You do have to give credit, though, to the freshman Andover quarterback coming in after Ilsley got hurt, after, he had to come in, he had to lead that team, and he led that team. As a freshman, that's something that you don't really see often, you gotta give credit to him. He did amazing today.
100%. I mean, the Andover team as a whole, I mean, they played a great game. They have some great players. And, but yeah, North Andover just, especially the second half, North Andover just outplayed them in the second half, and that was the difference.
Ball don't lie. Ball does not lie.
We do have a senior-laden class. Billy Vincent, however, is a junior, and this was his first year as a starter, so he'll be back next year.
He'll be back as a starter next year. Probably Austin Allen is the backup.
Yes. Well, Allen's a pretty good athlete. He could actually become a running back.
He is. His strength lies within.
And Phelps will be back. He's only a junior.
They get yes, a lot of talent is leaving, but they do still have a lot of talent. Like on the defensive side, David DiPrizio, he's staying. Alex Phillips, he's staying. He's only a junior, you know?
Yes.
You get
Yeah.
1 to 2 more years out of these guys, you could go so far. Plus the freshman class, that's the upcoming freshman class, the current 8th graders right now and the current freshmen are. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's where, people like Coach Cerullo, like I said before, that's where he shines, right, is taking just this young, raw talent that you have and turning them into, a good high school football player. So, obviously the future is definitely bright. Future's promising. And this is a great way to end a season. Obviously, playoff defeat, not, it's you obviously want to win the last game of the year, and that's the Super Bowl. Obviously, it didn't happen for North Andover. But this is probably the second best thing you could ask for is winning this game. This becomes the Super Bowl once you lose the playoff game. And so being able to win this, he'll make that turkey taste a lot better tomorrow night.
There are a lot of times that teams go to a Super Bowl, like a Zavarian or somebody, and they graduate 10 or 11, if you count the defensive side, of their starters. So most of their starters have left, and they're not expecting much the second year. That year, they'd be happy with 6-6. But if you do what these coaches are doing and you blend in your sophomores, you have a chance to get better continuity rather than up and down, and that's better for the program in the long run.
Yeah.
Indeed. An officer and a gentleman.
The feeling is just so surreal for the Knights,
100%.
They were the underdogs coming into this game. Andover was head up strong. North Andover had their heads held higher, and they kept it that way, even though with the special teams, Andover special teams coming out really hot, managed to pull through, and that's just greatest feeling in the world if you're a senior.
Yeah.
Beating your arch rival.
And obviously Andover practiced their trick plays, all week. I'm sure more than just this past week they've been practicing those trick plays for this game. But, looking back, it's the trick. They had their trick plays. They had a couple big plays on offense. But for the most part, you take away those plays and, North Andover really dominated this football game outside of those couple plays.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Andover gave us everything they had.
They did.
They didn't leave anything in the bag.
And, that's why this is a rivalry game, right? Doesn't matter what the records are, the team's coming in, it's going to be a tough game. So
Yeah, and this is even sweeter because they gave their best.
Exactly.
That's
this is a great way to end the broadcasting season here at Joe Walsh. We'll be back next year. The team will be even better. And look forward to you coming out then.
Yeah.
For Ray Ahern, for my co-broadcasters, for the staff, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the program. Good night.